Welcome, 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 everybody. Hello. Good to see you this evening. I know I'm on a little bit later than I normally go on. I've been kind of playing around with times lately. I went on like pretty early yesterday. And today we are on a little late. Oh my gosh. We not only have Diana in the house, but we got Miss Kendra in the house. Kendra, how the heck are you, girl? I hope you're doing so well. I get notifications all the time on my email saying that you've made a TikTok video, and I'm still like trying to verse myself in TikTok, I should say. But oh my God, I hope you are doing great. Wonderful. Yeah, I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. Yeah, there a lot has transpired over the past 6 months or so. And thank you so much, Diana, for your donation. Let's get right ahead. Let's go right ahead and get started with Miss Diana and her reading. Please go ahead and post your question right there in the chat. Thank you. I was thinking that too, Kendra. I was thinking that too. We're friends on Instagram, right? I should just send you a DM message tonight, like an audio message. And I'd love to hear what's going on in your life. There's been a lot of I didn't just see it in my life, but also in other people's lives that I know, just like huge transitions and like largely for the better. Yeah, and I got your number. Duh, I forgot about that. I got your number. Yeah, no, I'll just send you an audio message and then we can catch up there. Um, or maybe a phone call sometime because yeah, no, I sense that a lot has changed in your life. Um, Big changes. Hi, Lorraine. How are you doing, girl? You got some tea, girl. I got some tea right here too, piping hot. Tell me, spill it. Spill that tea. So I found out the girl is who my ex is with, and this girl is bleh. I'm sorry. You're all good, Diana. Please go ahead and post your question. Thank you. I was petty and texted him laughing, and I found her Instagram. Oh. I always do my best to stay away from digital stalking. By the way, today we are using the RuPaul's Drag Race Fortune Queens Volume 1 tarot deck because I'm just in a sassy, bobassy kind of glam mood. I don't know why. I missed Pride this weekend. Sad story. Saddest story ever told. I missed Pride both yesterday and today. I caught the dregs of some of it. Like I did go to the city to run a couple errands, and I did catch, some, but I didn't catch the parade or anything. Now I want to be petty and ruin the relationship on purpose so he knows how it feels. I think it's best, Lorraine, to not stoop to people's levels like that. You did. Well, thank you so much, Kendra. Thank you, thank you. Oh, yeah, I see that right here. Thank you so much. Let's go ahead and add you. My question is, what does Daniel think of me? He's currently platonic. We both are in relationships. It's not complicated. Plus, we respect our current relationships. Okay. So what does he think of you? Okay. Let's see. Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides. And he's a Scorpio, and yeah, I remembered you were a Capricorn. Very cool. Okay. You're so valid. She deserves some of the tea, so she leaves him. Yeah, I mean, she does deserve to know it. I know where you're coming from, Lorraine, but at the same time, it kind of, like, she's gonna figure it out anyway. That's how I see it. Best friend is your paper. Focus on you and get your money up. That's what I say. Absolutely, Kendra. I'm 100% there with you. Like, I understand the compulsion and desire to want to warn the other woman, the new woman, but they're not, first of all, they're probably not going to believe you because they're going to think that you're acting out of a place of jealousy. That's just the way it usually happens. And second of all, yeah, they're likely not going to listen. They're going to have to figure this out and go through the pain on their own, sadly. There's nothing you can do to protect her. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what does Daniel think of Diana? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what does Daniel think of Diana? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what does Daniel think of Diana? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what does Daniel think of Diana? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what does Daniel think of Diana? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what does Daniel think of Diana? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what does Daniel think of Diana? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what does Daniel think of Diana? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what does Daniel think of Diana? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what does Daniel think of Diana? I also think that Daniel and I are in total different parts of our lives. Okay. The thing is, Kendra, he was abusive mentally, so I left him. He rebounded, invested in someone else. Lied. She was pregnant, but she's not, to hurt me. That's why I'm angry. She's even pregnant. Yeah, he lied. So I was right. Yeah, I knew she wasn't pregnant. I knew he was lying. So he's manipulating her already too. We have 6 of Swords, Diana. 6 of Pentacles reversed. The Star reversed. 3 of Pentacles. And 4 of Cups. Interesting. So right from the start, with this 6 of Pentacles reversed, Daniel thinks that there's some kind of fundamental, hey Deb, how you doing, girl? He right from the start, right off the bat, he thinks that there's some kind of fundamental imbalance in this connection, in this friendship between you and him. I definitely see the respect that he has for your relationship. I see the deep respect and admiration he has for you. But there is a little bit of insecurity here with him, with this Star reversed. There are some things that he is not saying to you. Let's just put it that way, with the Star reversed. He is fine with how things are functioning now in your friendship with this 3 of Pentacles, like it's working. Like you mentioned, and I confirmed, I definitely see that he has respect for your partner and you for his. But there is something that I feel he'd like to do away with in this connection, and I don't know if that's, it could be he wants to possibly, I don't know. Do you have romantic feelings for him? He may want to actually take this to the next level, because there's something that he wants to fundamentally change. There's something that he's fundamentally not entirely satisfied with. Oh, thank you so much for keeping the queue, girl. I appreciate you. There's something that he's fundamentally dissatisfied with in this current connection, in the current state of things. So, I mean, that kind of leads me to think that he might possibly want to take this to another level, especially with this 6 of Swords energy. The 6 of Swords is moving on to another space entirely, specifically like a calmer space and an enhanced space. So overall, I feel that there is a deep admiration for you. There is deep fond affections for you. I don't know. I felt like there's been a vibe, but also like we're friends. I don't know. Yeah. But I do value him, and that's what I really keep on seeing and getting here too, is like value. Like he really deeply values you and appreciates you. I do think there is like a sliver of some possible desire here that goes beyond the platonic. Um, and I think that's something that both you guys, I think he's already like been thinking about it if you haven't been thinking about it yourself. Um, but do bear in mind that insecurity that I was talking about too. Like you guys are friends, but you're also both in relationships. So he does, I'm sure, feel some kind of obligation there to not cross boundaries. Um, and I'm seeing that here with the star reverse. There's something there's things that he's withholding from saying and doing. This tea be damn good. This is a good cuppa. So yeah, that is what I'm seeing for you, Miss Diana. Thank you so much for your donation. I really appreciate you. And I hope I brought you clarity. Yeah, it sounds, girl, to be like completely honest, like conclusively, it sounds like you guys are on the same page. You guys are on the same page. It sounds like you guys both want to take a few steps further. The attraction's there. I'm feeling it from him, and I do feel it from you. Um, but there is that, like, you know, you also don't want to jeopardize the friendship. You don't want to jeopardize your current relationships. It's a tough situation. I understand. Um, by the way, I love your icon picture. You're a very beautiful woman. I'm sure you hear that all the time, Diana. But I love your icon picture for your Venmo. That's beautiful. Thank you so much again, love. Miss Kendra, thank you so much. Been thinking about you. Really hope you're doing well. Oh, you're welcome. You're so welcome. You are here. Awesome. Did you do anything for Pride this weekend in your neck of the woods? You just want to do a general. You got it. Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, please provide Kendra with any and all messages that she needs to hear at this time. Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, please provide Kendra with any and all messages that she needs to hear at this time. Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, please provide Kendra with any and all messages she needs to hear at this time. Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, please provide Kendra with any and all messages she needs to hear at this time. Masters and Spirit Guides, please provide Kendra with any and all messages that she needs to hear at this time. Masters and Spirit Guides, please provide Kendra with any and all messages that she needs to hear at this time. Masters and Spirit Guides, please provide Kendra with any and all messages that she needs to hear at this time. Masters and Spirit Guides, please provide Kendra with any and all messages that she needs to hear at this time. Masters and Spirit Guides, please provide Kendra with any and all messages that she needs to hear at this time. Masters and Spirit Guides, please provide Kendra with any and all messages she needs to hear at this time. Thank you. I've had these cards for so long now. I swear. I know you were on my channel when I got these cards. I got these cards years ago. And now they're so supple. They're like, I've just been using them for years and years that they like just fall right through my hands. Has a nice tactile sensation. Okay, we have Queen of Wands reverse. Aren't you Queen of Wands? You are Queen of Wands. Aries. Okay. 9 of Cups. Ooh, 10 of Pentacles. King of Swords reversed. And the Star reversed. Both Aquarius cards reversed. Interesting there. But loving this 9 of Cups and 10 of Pentacles energy. Oh my god, yes. Yeah, this must be you, unfortunately, this Queen of Wands. Yeah, it's Aries. You are the Queen of Wands. We do have it in its reversed energy right now. I want to get some clarity, a little bit of clarity on... Oh, Queen of Wands is usually indicative in its reversed form. How I read it usually. I don't know how you read it, but I often see it as jealousy, which I don't think is the issue right now. with you, Kendra. I don't think there's issues of jealousy. It's also indicative oftentimes of comparing ourselves to others more than we should. It doesn't have, you know, that doesn't necessarily result in jealousy. You know what I mean? But yeah, Queen of Wands reversed is like, yeah, and comparing, yeah, comparing oneself to others, and in turn that creating sometimes some limiting beliefs. But I think for the most part, you're able to cut through the BS with this King of Swords reversed. Again, I like, there's nothing more than I love to see than the Ten of Pentacles in somebody's reading, and especially right in the center. This is a signifier that there's big money coming into your sphere. Not just big money, but other opportunities for feelings of ultimate contentment, ultimate growth, ultimate satisfaction with this Nine of Cups. Satisfaction guarantee. Yes, baby girl, money is the name of the game with the Ten of Pentacles. It's not just the Ace. I mean, the Ace of Pentacles, I would have loved to have seen that as well if that had come up in your reading. But this I like seeing more. We like 10 more than 1, right? So, and yeah, the, you know, the whole meaning of the card is not feeling, is never feeling like you're in need of something, that you're not completely like okay financially and stable. I want a little bit more clarity on this Star reversed card here. Do you have quite a bit of or do you have any Aquarius in your astrological chart? Because, yeah, we got not only both of the Aquarius cards, albeit reverse, but we got them both right next to each other. Yeah, girl, a lot has happened. I'm moving out of Cali and moving back home. My south node is Aquarius. Okay, that's wild that you tell me that, Kendra. And because that's what I was thinking. I was wondering if you were going to stay here or not. Like, it popped into my head like maybe like 2 days ago. I just thought to myself, like, I wonder if Kendra's gonna stay in California, or if she's going to go elsewhere or go back. Yeah, I fully support you in the decision you've made. It's been a journey, you know. It's been a hell of a journey, no doubt. And I definitely see this being like really good fundamental changes on the horizon. Yeah, the Star reversed is very similar to this Queen of Wands reversed energy. I think it's, you know, it's fair and it's common for any and all of us to feel moments where we're maybe lacking a certain amount of self-worth that we may have had in the past. Yeah, no, it's time for me to go. I was miserable here. Yeah, it's definitely not for everyone, especially not Southern California. I don't know if I would be able to live there. I think I've always told you I love going there on like weekends, like, but I don't, and a lot of friends of mine, a lot of people I know have lived both here and in Southern California. Oftentimes they say they prefer the Bay Area, but that's also because I'm speaking to people who live here. You did. Well, thank you so much, Deb. I see you did. Thank you so much, sweetheart. Let me go ahead and add you here. Yeah, no, and yes, specifically where you are, Kendra. I'm not doxing you or anything, but specifically where you are, Miss Kendra. It's very competitive and it's very cutthroat, and you know, but I'm also so grateful that you shot your shot. You know, that you gave it a shot. You went for your dreams, you know. And it doesn't mean that the dream is over by any means. There's definitely work. I could see you working in Atlanta, Kendra. It would be much closer to home, closer to your family. And the entertainment industry is really big there, as I'm sure you know. I'm sure, and no, we've talked about it in the past, I believe. I think you had an agent that was trying to get you work there or something like that. But I think that'd be great for you. I think it'd be a great place for you to thrive. I've also mentioned Chicago, but I think it sounds like you need to just go back like home, home. You know, that's probably why the cards are reversed because of it. Yes, yeah, because because you haven't fully settled back to where you're going. You know, um, it's disorienting. Moving is always disorienting, even if it's for the very best, you know. Hi Debbie, welcome. Can you, when you get a chance, can you ask if Spirit has any messages for me, please? Yeah, Debbie. Did you make a donation, Debbie? Yeah, I'm gonna be a flight attendant. I've outgrown acting. Okay, that's rad, girl. That's rad. That's definitely a wonderful career, and I could see you really doing like really being amazing at it. Like you've got that gregarious nature. You're a beautiful young lady. You have a beautiful smile, beautiful disposition. You're polite. You know, you have manners, and you handle or potentially escalating situations very well. I think you kick ass. I think that'd be a wonderful, and it like I've had a few friends who are flight attendants, and you travel. Yeah, I want to travel and go. Yeah, absolutely, and you will have so many adventures. You will see the world. You will totally see the world. And yeah, it doesn't mean that acting is not as, yeah, you can do it as a hobby for sure. Um, yeah, I did not know if you had the, no, I've got the time, Debbie. I don't have, I'm not going anywhere this evening. I'm back home. I've already gone out today. So I'm gonna be on just for as long as y'all need me tonight. So yeah, if you want me to do a general spirit messages reading for you, that's no problem at all. Um, I've just changed a lot as a person. Yeah, yeah, just grown and changed. I understand. Yeah. And that's a wonderful thing to embrace. You know, that's a really wonderful thing to embrace. But I also think that yeah, that's most likely why that Queen of Wands is reversed there is because you're transitioning. You're in a place of transition. Um, well, I'm so proud of you, Miss Kendra. I'm so happy for you and your decision and yeah, I think this is a really wonderful career opportunity for you. Miss Debbie, for a 5 card reading, it is $7.77 unless you donate over SuperChat, in which it's $9.99. I wrote him a text message Sophie and I cursed him out and I told him he needs an effing exorcism since he goes to church, quote unquote, now and that he's psychotic. I blocked him after. Yeah, you need to I would just never speak to him ever again. Lorraine, I would really, he's so toxic, so toxic and so poisonous in your life, that he's just not, there's no reason for you to keep him in your life. He's just causing and wreaking more and more havoc. Miss Deb, thank you for your donation, love. Please go ahead and post your question. I will be right back. I'm actually gonna grab some Cheetos. I'm be right back. I'm hungry. And thank you so much for your donation, Debbie. We have Deb and we have Debbie. And thank you. Oh, thank you for your donation, Miss Kendra. All right, let's get this started. I got my Cheetos. I normally don't eat on my live streams, but I've just been ravenous today. I want to see if he's still going to try to use the business approach towards me. Okay, and I'm so sorry. I'm blanking on his name or his first initial. What's his initial again? Yes, I see it. Oh, I'm sorry. No, what are CB's next actions towards me? I see you. I see you. Okay. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are CB's next actions towards Deb? No, it's showing. I'm sorry, honey. I was just not seeing it. My bad. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are CB's next actions towards Deb? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are CB's next actions towards Deb? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are CB's next actions towards Deb? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are CB's next actions towards Deb? I see. Yeah, you're gonna see if he's going to use that business approach that he was trying to use earlier. Angels, and spirits. What are CB's next actions towards Deb? Angels, and spirit guides. What are CB's next actions towards Deb? Angels, and spirit guides. What are CB's next actions towards Deb? Angels, and spirit guides. What are CB's next actions towards Deb? Angels, and spirit guides. What are CB's next actions towards Deb? Okay, and just give me 1 second here. I will be right back in just 2 seconds. So sorry about it. Okay, Debbie, I have meaning to tell you if you ever need a mod, I'm happy to help you. Actually, I would love that. Yes, let me give you the banner of courage and truth. I am officially adding you as a moderator. I don't really know the difference between managing moderator or general moderator, but you're one of them, girl. Okay, we have the Hermit reversed, Temperance reversed, the Hanged Man, the Wheel of Fortune reversed, and Seven of Pentacles reversed. So it looks like he's going to use a different approach here with this Hangman right here in the center. He's definitely being cagey. No, they're not all reversals. There's the Hangman right here in the center. This is upright, but isn't it? But it feels like it's a reversal because of the nature of the card. I understand that. It looks like it's upside down, but it's not. It's upright. But and I also think that speaks volumes to the rest of the cards here, hun. Yeah, but think, yeah. I think that also speaks to these cards here too as to why they're in their reversed form, especially with this Temperance reverse. Very similar artwork. This tells me that, like, the first thing that I heard, like, mentally from from spirit was like he's going to change his approach dramatically here. Okay. I think he's going to, I know we're not seeing any wands here, but with this Wheel of Fortune reverse and this Hermit reverse card, I know it's not their traditional definitions, but it's more like a message from spirit that I'm getting, Deb, that he's going to use very, very sexual. I think that's the route he's going to go. I think he's going to try and seduce you sexually. I mean, because there's, you know, the word seduction, there's, you know, you don't, it doesn't just mean necessarily sexually. You can seduce someone financially. You can seduce somebody intellectually, you know, with an imbalance of power or what have you. That didn't work in the past. No, but he's also not the brightest crayon in the box, love. And his actions also don't always align with what is practical or what would likely work. You know what I mean? I don't believe in sex before marriage, or yeah, and you told me that before. You've told me that before, but we still see him time and time again trying to flirt with you, trying to bark up your tree, so to speak, in that manner. And I think that he thinks he's got it shot. And that's where, you know, this hangman right in the center is like just like glaring at me. It's just like he really isn't seeing things. He doesn't see things the way me and you see them. See, you know, like, I mean, look at the art. Let's just pretend this is him, okay, in a bikini, in a sparkly bikini. He's hanging from a tree and he's seeing the world from an upside down perspective. He's not seeing it like you and I, you know? He's just not seeing it like us or like most other people. And that's what really puts a lot of inefficacy in his intentions, in his actions, and his attempts to weasel his way into your life. You know what I mean? I think you know what I mean. I think you pick up what I'm throwing down, but yeah, like he just doesn't see things. He's not as delulu. He's not nearly as delulu as that other guy that you dealt with. The guy that called the cops on you guy. But he does have that smidge of delulu. Of he got his BA from Delulu University. I get a little smidge of that, and with that, yeah, he's not seeing things how we see them, you know, perspective wise. Hangman is all about perspective, so he's still not being mature about anything. No way, no. And we said, I think I think I talked about that yesterday. How did you remember about the? Because that was a really scary situation. I was really worried about you, Deb, and it was a big deal, and it was really traumatic. I have a good memory. I have a good memory. I don't remember every single thing in the world. There's certain things I don't always remember, but I have a decent memory. But no, he's still not being mature about anything, unfortunately. I'm sorry to say. And I felt that way yesterday when we read about him too, hun. I still felt like, damn, like this guy's got to grow. This guy's got to grow, you know. And unfortunately, you can't force someone to mature or to change overnight. But yeah, no, it sounds like his antics are just going to get progressively like more out of the box. And yeah, you don't even believe in sex before marriage. Like he's delulu. He was delulu. Yeah, I just looked up. He was delusional. He really believed that was necessary. Yeah. Yeah, totally. Total delusion. Total delusion. Yeah, no. You're smarter than that, Debbie. Or Deb, sorry. Deb and Debbie. No, you're smarter than that, Deb. And you know it, and it's just hard to comprehend sometimes just how radically different people's perspective on things is, and how it can really create this state of delusion, you know. Well, thank you so much, Deb. I appreciate you, hun. And I hope I brought you clarity to that. Let's just be frank, that messed up situation. Because yeah, he's just like not stopping, not giving up. Okay, we got Miss Kendra on deck. Kendra, thank you so much. Please go ahead and post your question. When CB reached out in March, he said, I'm the only one he wanted to be around and he was feeling lonely. And I'm not saying that he was lying to you, Deb, but that also doesn't mean that he, like, I just don't know how deep his love could possibly get for any one person. It's another one of those situations where I question the depth of his emotional reserves. And that doesn't mean there's anything like that doesn't mean that he's a mean guy or a bad man. I'm not here to judge that. That's not my place. I just see him more as a troubled man. I laughed, but I didn't want to be heartless. But he left me with no choice. Yeah, no, and if that yeah, no, it sounds like it just like was genuinely like a humorous moment, but because he's really just out of touch, Well, Hangman was there, so it's an almost giving up card. I wouldn't know if I'd call it well, I with the Wheel of Fortune reversed, yeah, almost giving up. I think he's almost at his last straw. The Empress came out yesterday, yeah, but I think that something's put a cog in his wheel recently, Deb. And it's possible you're picking up on something. He could be planning on giving up soon. And if that's the case, I say all the better because it sounds like he's not here to serve your higher self, your highest purpose. Okay. What blessings can I expect to come my way in the near future? Okay, angels, messengers, and spirit. And did you want to use tarot for this, Kendra? Or did you want to use one of my many oracle decks for this question? Because while I don't mind answering this question using the traditional tarot, you've been on this channel for many a long time, and you know the tarot, you know tarot. You know how it can be a punisher, not a punisher, but a truth teller, and sometimes the harsh truth. So he doesn't view me as the Empress. I wouldn't, in his, Deb, like we're talking about someone who doesn't, I don't think that he has the capacity to really see anybody as his true Empress. I think that he is very physically attracted to you. Let's do Oracle. All right, love. Let me give you some options. I think I've told you before, he's very, very physically attracted to you. But if he knows that he's not able to get that from you, which I think he's in his delusional way coming to realize that he may be at that like finishing line point. So that came out multiple times for no reason. Not for no reason. It's because people's thought processes change constantly. People are constantly in flux, just like the tide. We are all, as people, are also in flux. There's people who were crazy about me like maybe 6 months ago, and now they probably don't even think about me at all because people are constantly in flux, unfortunately. And not everyone. Some people are actually consistent, but this guy just not a consistent guy. And I don't think it came out for no reason. I think there definitely was a reason, but we're not seeing it now. I think he might be at his finishing point. I think it just might be for the very best for you. I truly do. So let me offer you some different options here. We have, I love this Arcana of Astrology. I have a lot of mermaid oracle decks. Oh, and I'm sure you're familiar with like all of these, Kendra. I particularly love this Cosmic Dancer deck. I've got more. Give me a sec here. You sent a donation. Thank you so much, Gabrielle. I just received it. Let me go, or, well, I think Kendra's doing the list, but she's also probably typing her question too. So let's just go ahead and add you. We have, okay. Oh, she got it. She on it. All right. I'm going to just copy it anyway. All right. Thank you so much, girl. So yeah, I'm really drawn to these two for you right now. I have more. We've also got, how do I feel about this one? There's one that I'm not crazy about. I'll just be honest. It just gives like yes, no answers. No, this one I like. I like this one, The Wisdom of the Oracle. I'm not sure how familiar you are with any of these. And that's fine. Possibly even better. We get some surprises, right? I also have a lot of mermaid, ocean-based stuff. You know, I live here on the ocean, so we got this Sea Melodies deck. Also got Myths and Mermaids here. I believe this is, yeah, this is the same author that did the Beautiful Creatures deck. You're feeling down to mermaids. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, so let's definitely use Myths and Mermaids, and let's definitely use Oracle of the Mermaids. Those are two really fantastic decks. I got those years ago, and yeah, I don't know how familiar you are with them, but I haven't used them in a while, so this is exciting. This is cool. Okay, so let's start with, oh, well, let's start first with cleaning it off. It's a little dusty. Let's start with Oracle of the Mermaids. Dropped a card on the floor. Oh, Moonstone. Right, so I'm going to pull, let's see, should I pull 2 or 3 from this deck? I haven't used this deck in forever. I really miss this deck. I'm going to pull 2 cards from this deck, okay? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides. And I don't read reversals when I read Oracle. I don't read reversals for oracles. Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides, please provide Kendra with any and all messages she needs to hear at this time. Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides, please provide Kendra with any and all messages she needs to hear at this time. Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides, please provide Kendra with any and all messages she needs to hear at this time. Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides, please provide Kendra with any and all messages that she needs to hear at this time. Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides, please provide Kendra with any and all messages that she needs to hear at this time. Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides, please provide Kendra with any and all messages that she needs to hear at this time. Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides, please provide Kendra with any and all messages that she needs to hear at this time. I'll pull 3 cards from the other deck. But let's see what we have here. We have the Mirror, Know Thyself, Self-Examination, and Seeing Who You Really Are. It's a really pretty mermaid. They're all really pretty mermaids. And Conchomancy, which is, yeah, I was going to say Seashell Divination, Wisdom of Shells. Okay, very cool. Let's start with the Mirror. Water is a great mirror, and the darker it is, the clearer the reflections of the world around it will be. And so it is with life. The clear mirror we can look into will show us who we appear to be. But the dark mirror, metaphorically, is when life, or the sea, or our feelings become darker, more complex, sad, thoughtful, deep, and at times very painful. But it is at these times that we can see who we truly are, for under duress, our true character can be observed. And sometimes we do not always like the truth of what we see in this dark mirror. But the mermaid can help us with this as she holds up a mirror, but a magical one, that not only shows us our appearance, it shows all of ourselves, our sweetness, our hurts, and our scars. In it, we may see what is hidden to the eye of the body, but known to the eyes of the soul. In dreams, these mirrors may appear, and in emotional times, when we realize that we are still hurting or have wounds we have sought to cover up. There is no need to cover up or camouflage in this beautiful mirror, nor is it right to judge the scars and woundings, or the beauty and the glory. They simply are, and by seeing clearly, especially in the dark mirror of the great Mother Ocean, we can see who we are. While we swim in clear waters, we can see the light and the positive. But when we swim in dark waters, we can truthfully see so much of who we are and make changes, adaptations, or come to accept the truth of who we are without seeking to adjust. We come to self-love, self-knowledge, and self-healing. It is time to gently yet firmly see the truth about who you are and to understand that who you are is not ugly or lacking, but a truthful, beautiful, wonder-laden voyage into the soul. It is time to be shown what the eye cannot always see, but what the spirit has sensed. This may come through observations, loving words from friends who are truly able to see you, from a stranger who notices something that too many overlook, or it can come in a moment when you glimpse who you have become. Dreams, visions, and flashes of intuition are also the mirrors that work with us at this time. Mirrors and who you appear to be will be coming up for you, but be sure to embrace the mirror and the magical mermaid's tool as an ally, and wonders and healing will unfold. Thank you so much, Debbie, for your donation, love. So that's for, so a mediumship is actually 50-50. So I don't know if that, I know you donated, okay, so you, in total, you donated 43.43. So, and it's $50.50 for a mediumship. I'd also like to check in, if we, unless we've checked in already for the person who we're about to read for. Description says 43.43. The description, well, that's how much he's donated, but the description for what my rate is for mediumship, I can pull it up real quick. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure it's 50-50 over SuperChat. Yeah, it's 50-50 over SuperChat. I might, unless in my description, I'm sorry if it says that in my description, I've got to change that. That's my older rates from last year. If it's still saying that, I'll change that. Actually, I can change that right now. Does it say that? Mediumship? Yeah, I gotta change that. It is no longer the case. It is 35-35 and 50-50. But you wanted a reading as well. It was also my question, Debbie. You wanted a card reading as well, right, love? Thank you so much. Yeah, no problem. I'm sorry about the kerfuffle. That's my bad. I didn't change it from earlier this year. I thought I changed it, but I had not. Okay, so let's get into, and if you had an additional question, just let me know as well too, love. Okay, and I just, and we haven't, have we checked in? So if we haven't checked in to see if the person is available, okay, because we're gonna want to do that before you send the full amount for a super chat. Okay, if we haven't checked in with that person to make sure that they're available, because super chat is very, very difficult for refunds. In fact, I don't know if I'm able to do them. So I definitely want to check in with that too. Okay. We'll do that right after Kendra's reading. Thank you so much. Okay. Conchomancy. You are being asked to listen to and begin to understand the art of reading seashells, an ancient art, simple, pure, powerful. Seashell divination has a long, secretive history, and shells, such as the beautiful cowries, were also used in fertility magics. They have been found in the burial mounds of the ancient peoples of Germany, Wiltshire and the Orkney Isles, and in ancient China. The divine emperors were buried with 9 cowries in their mouths, currency with which to trade in the afterlife. We know that humans have been working with shell energy in a sacred way for at least 50,000 years, and every shell has its story, every shell has its energy, every shell has its message. If you have received this card, you are being asked to connect more with not only learning the meanings and messages of the cowrie, which is fertility, the conch, which is calling to your ancestors, the scallop, which is Aphrodite, and so many other creatures' beautiful homes, but to protect them and become a sea creature guardian. Reading and working with shells can help us connect directly to the mer energies, the sea healing, and the oceanic beings, and help us remember our deep love of the ocean. Just as crystals hold, I was just thinking the same thing, girl. I was just thinking this. Just as crystals hold energies and messages for us, so too do these beautiful living homes and structures of the sea creatures. Each creature resonates with a particular energy, and by connecting with their shell, holding it, feeling its qualities, and understanding its connections, we can begin to heal a part of ourselves. And while we are all perfect and unique expressions of the God and Goddess of nature herself, we are also beautiful works in progress. Messages and healings from the natural world are empowering and freely available to us all. Take a walk by the shoreline and do a cleanup of any plastic or human debris you find. And once this offering is made, take another walk, this time with the intent to receive a message from the Sea Mother and the mermaids via a shell. Hold it and see what it has to say to you. You may wish to return it to the shore with thanks for its energy, blessing, and message instead of claiming it. You do not need to possess everything. That's really interesting, girl. I actually went to the beach yesterday with a friend of mine, and I took them to a spot where I find my special shells, and I'm pretty sure that they're not shells. I'm pretty sure they're actually whale bones. Um, it's pretty miraculous, pretty cool. I kind of want to make some jewelry out of them, but very cool stuff. I do definitely believe in conchology. I definitely am one to collect shells. And that was it. I was joking with my friend. I'm like, what's that phrase? Like, take only pictures, leave only footprints. I'm like, yeah, I like to collect shells. I like to collect rocks and crystals. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. So now we're going to pull from Myths and Mermaids. Have not used this deck in a while either. Can't wait to use it. We're going to pull 3 cards from this baby. Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, please provide Kendra with any and all messages she needs to hear at this time. Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, please provide Kendra with any and all messages she needs to hear at this time. Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, please provide Kendra with any and all messages that she needs to hear at this time. Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, please provide Kendra with any and all messages that she needs to hear at this time. Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, please provide Kendra with any and all messages that she needs to hear at this time. Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, please provide Kendra with any and all messages that she needs to hear at this time. Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, please provide Kendra with any and all messages that she needs to hear at this time. Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, please provide Kendra with any and all messages that she needs to hear at this time. Thank you. We have Flying Fish, Mermaid Picking Lotus Blossoms, and Mermaid with Butterflies. I feel like I'm like a 7-year-old girl right now. Mermaid Picking Lotus Blossoms. Pretty princess. Okay, let's start with Flying Fish. Flying Fish. A butterfly-winged angelfish glides effortlessly through the air before a pleasantly pastoral scene. The juxtaposition between sky and sea suggests a feeling of incongruence, yet the fish appears content with its surroundings. Lately, you have been asking yourself the same question again and again. What am I doing here? You are feeling out of your element and ill at ease. Different faces, different rules, and different expectations. It can certainly be overwhelming. But remember, it is important to leave your comfort zone now and then in order to grow. You might not fit in at first, but give it time. After all, you have adapted to new situations in the past. It might take patience. It might take more effort than you are used to putting forth, but you can definitely do it again. Keyword again with that card. Mermaid Picking Lotus Blossoms. A lovely golden-haired mermaid sits upright in a pond covered with lily pads. She thoughtfully seeks out and selects a lotus blossom. A contemplative look is upon her face. She is on a quest of faith, a quest of a spiritual nature. You are surrounded by options, mental, material, emotional, and spiritual. Now is the time to focus your energies and select a path to search for spiritual perfection. Take your time and find the direction that is appropriate for you. Experiment with a new method of communicating with nature or your higher power through yoga, meditation, or religious study. Find a group who is seeking just as you are and who shares your ambitions. This is a time to move forward with an open mind and curious heart. Do not prejudge the paths others are on. Attend a service with a family member or friend of a different faith. Read spiritual texts that are unfamiliar to you, and take the time to experiment and walk into new territories. You never know where your new path may lead you. I love that message. That's a really sacred message. Mermaid with Butterflies. A lovely young mermaid gazes longingly at the beautiful, multicolored butterflies ascending above her, out of a rippling pond. Her heart longs to go with them and escape the mire in which she finds herself. It is time to rise above your current circumstances. You have been content with lesser and corrupted things for too long. Look inside your most inner self and realize that you are not happy with aspects of your situation. Deep down, you realize that you are better than your circumstances. Perhaps your circle of friends is pulling you down or in a bad direction. Perhaps your work is beneath your skills, abilities, and aspirations, but you are having trouble breaking free. It could be your home life, your significant other, your neighborhood, or your domicile itself that is not up to your standards. However, just like the butterfly mermaid, you have seen a path to peace and purity. Shake off the corrupt acquaintances and the duties that are beneath you. Aspire for more, spiritually, emotionally, and intellectually. Take inspiration from the noble butterfly. Take wing and rise above. I like that. Yeah, I love the fish card. I love all three of these cards. This deck speaks to me. Yes, this deck is beautiful, girl. I haven't played with it in a while. Haven't read from her in a while, but Myths and Mermaids. And yeah, it's by the same woman who illustrated the Beautiful Creatures Tarot. Sorry, I'm just seeing her off. Jasmine Beckett Griffith. They're just so cute. These like big-eyed angels that she draws. And yeah, these are all mermaids, and I love those messages there. I used to actually pull an oracle card for myself as well as a tarot card for myself every day. And I remember I was pulling from this deck, and not like this was years and years ago, and I would get that angelfish card a lot. It's a really special card, and it's a wonderful signifier of really positive and fruitful changes coming in. Well, thank you so much, Kendra. I really appreciate you, love, and I hope I brought you some clarity there with your reading. Hi, Chris. How are you? We can always have a tab going for future cards readings. Okay, yeah. If we can't get through to the person who you're trying to get through to, not a problem. You're very welcome, Kendra. You're very welcome. So Debbie, let's see if the person who you are trying to communicate with is available. Could you please give me their name, their relation to you, their date of birth, and their date of passing, please? My tea's not cold today, Chris. And I've upgraded to caffeinated tea because your girl's getting low on energy. Or she was, but now she's fine. Yeah, just traditional English breakfast is what we're drinking today. It really is. I have a habit of just like popping it back in the microwave. Judith Ann Cole, Muir, date of birth 22nd of August, date of passing was the 2nd of December of last year. Okay, I will be right back. I'm going to go check. Thank you. Okay, Debbie. Yes, I was able to get through. I was able to get through to Judith. Um, so yeah, so we can absolutely do a mediumship. I'm so glad she came through, because that's happened in the past where people have donated and I can't get through to someone, and then they're just on, I feel bad, and yada yada yada. No, she came through. It took a little while. It took a little longer than I would say, like, normally. Sometimes people just come through like really fast, but she did come through, absolutely. Um, wow. Okay. So you donated 43.43 total. So the remainder would be $7.07 for a mediumship over over Super Chat. If that is something you'd like to do, Miss Debbie. And what was her, and I don't think you mentioned, what was her connection to you? How was she connected to, how was Judith connected to you? Thank you very, very much, Debbie. Thank you so much. Your godmother. Okay. Okay, let's jump right on into this. Judith, please come through with any and all message that you have for Debbie. Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, Judith, please come through with any and all messages that you have for Debbie. Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, Judith, please come through with any and all messages that you have for Debbie, please. Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, Judith, please come through with any and all messages that you have for Debbie. Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, Judith, please come through with any and all messages that you have for Debbie. Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, Judith, please come through with any and all messages you have for Debbie. Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, Judith, please come through with any and all messages that you have for Debbie. Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, Judith, please come through with any and all messages that you have for Debbie. Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, Judith, please come through with any and all messages that you have for Debbie. Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, Judith, please come through with any and all messages that you have for Debbie. Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, Judith, please come through with any and all messages that you have for Debbie. Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, Judith, please come through with any and all messages that you have for Debbie. Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, Judith, please come through with any and all messages that you have for Debbie. Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, Judith, please come through with any and all messages that you have for Debbie. Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, Judith, please come through with any and all messages that you have for Debbie. Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, Judith, please come through with any and all messages that you have for Debbie. Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, Judith, please come through with any and all messages that you have for Debbie. Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, Judith, please come through with any and all messages that you have for Debbie. Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, Judith, please come through with any and all messages that you have for Debbie. Thank you. Okay, so I've got to be very, very precarious here with these cards because I don't want them to flip on me here. But we have 10 of Cups reversed, Death, Temperance reversed, Justice reversed, Queen of Wands, the Empress reversed, Page of Pentacles reversed, Eight of Swords reversed, the Hierophant, King of Cups reversed, Four of Wands reversed, Queen of Swords, Six of Wands, the Chariot, and the Devil. Okay. Sorry, give me just a moment here, please. There's an acknowledgement here right from the start from Judith of family issues. And I'm not getting the clearest. I wish I was getting a clearer vision of what she's trying to say, but I think I see it. I think I see it. Ten of Cups upright is the family harmony card, and I believe we pulled this card for you. I want to say in the last reading that I did for you, Debbie. I want to say that was like maybe a couple of nights ago. But then right underneath this Ten of Cups reversed, we also have this Empress reversed. The Empress is the mother card. As we see RuPaul here, call me mother, mother of mothers, but it is in its reverse position. And I know you're a mama, you are mother of the household. And there could be some difficulties, even though I know your kids don't live with you, they're adult children, there could be some difficulties in terms of an overall harmony, or disharmony, I should say, within the home that Judith has been observing. Because the Four of Wands in its upright form is literally the happy home card, happy family, romantic union, successful, harmonious romantic union. So I'm seeing issues not just with like your with the kids or with extended family. I'm seeing issues, and not terrible ones, but just ones that could that Judith feels could definitely have the potential for deep improvement, is what Judith is seeing and saying. And you're doing nothing wrong as a mother here. Please don't take this as you're doing anything wrong as a mother by any means of the word. You also, the term mother here, I think, is really important to note. She was your godmother, as you mentioned, and you yourself are a mother. I want to get a little bit of clarity with this Empress reverse, though. Yeah, it's also a signifier of a feeling as though one is lacking progress, or has had progress, like or motivation has been a little less lackluster lately. And I just think this is just something she's observing, and she's only observing it because she knows that it can easily be, that it can absolutely be rectified. And I'm seeing that here with this Death card. I'm seeing that she's saying that there's major shifts, major changes on the horizon for you. But we're getting a lot of similar cards. She presented us with a lot of similar cards that we get for you a lot. I actually, I forget, was it the Page of Wands reverse that I kept on pulling for you not too long ago? Or was it the Page of Pentacles reverse? But one of the two of them, and both of them are signifiers of very similar energy. That being a loss of willpower, particularly in the realm of some type of project, especially having to do with the family. But yeah, it's also a sign of like possible procrastination. Yes, we've talked about this. I'm just not sure if it was Page of Pentacles or Page of Wands reverse, but I blame the heat. And yeah, like, yeah, and I definitely blame the heat. I think that's definitely not helpful in this situation. But again, she's only saying these things and noting these things with this Queen of Swords. Like she is like announcing this, like, that this truth that she believes she is seeing. She's illuminating this to you. Only she wouldn't feel the need to illuminate it to you if she felt that it was something that was completely not fixable or like not rectifiable. I hope you understand that's really like the crux of things here, is that these are all things that you can 100% overcome. Then in the center here, we have this Temperance reverse, Eight of Swords reverse, and Six of Wands, and that's very much speaking to that nature of what I was just saying. These little obstacles that you're faced with at this time, and I'm not trying to diminish them in any way by calling them little obstacles. They are obstacles, but they're absolutely ones that are completely surmountable, 100%. Yeah, with this Temperance reversed, it's very similar to this Page of Pentacles reversed. Like, just, you're only going to get, and you know this, but you're only going to get in return what you put out, and if you're not putting a lot into these projects and opportunities in your life, then you simply won't see the return. As I'm sure you know, but I always call this card in the center the Crux card, and I really like this card. This is easily one of my favorite reversal cards, the Eight of Swords reverse. It's being set free from some type of bondage, some type of binding that's been holding you back in some way, but it's definitely like, I just like to say it's the card that sets one free. And again, with this reassurance from Judith that you are going to find success and victory will be yours, with this beautiful Six of Wands card. Yes, there are some fundamental injustices that you have encountered and have had to deal with along the way, and maybe some additional ones along the way. It's interesting here because we have, I'll show you, put this to the side here, but we have both Justice, we have Justice reversed, and then we have the Hierophant upright right underneath. And if you look at Justice reversed, the art on Justice reversed, it's very similar to the Hierophant, right? They're both, well, she's holding her right hand, her gavel is in her right hand, but the Hierophant is holding their scepter in their left hand, but they're raising their right hand. And the Hierophant is a signifier of government entities, of official documentations. Justice is also a signifier of those things as well. So when we're talking about fundamental injustices that you have encountered, they may be of an actual legal nature. But again, with this double down or triple down reminder that this is totally something that you can overcome 100% with this beautiful Chariot card. This is absolutely something that you can break free from, set yourself free from, set yourself on a new course for. And we have this Queen of Wands, King of Cups reversed, and the Devil. You're definitely stepping into a new energetic era, moving away from this Page of Pentacles reversed kind of energy that we've been talking about. Definitely moving away from, and we see that card a lot, I'll repeat myself as I do. We see that card a lot. And so, I have to take, I take note of every card, but I especially take note of repeating cards. And that one we see a lot. As Queen of Wands, I see you, and Judith sees you, regaining your energy, regaining and restoring your balance and equilibrium, setting your own course, setting your own sights for your own course, and not comparing your journey to anybody else's in regards to anything, whether it be timing, financial aspects, even aesthetic aspects. Like, don't compare it to anyone else. Like, it's unique to you and you alone. Definitely bear in mind, the change of the tides with this King of Cups reverse. As you know, things can be really, really wonderful one day, and then the next day the tide can turn completely. So it's good to bask and to appreciate the good things that do come into our lives and that we do manifest and bring into our lives, but to also keep in mind that there's a possibility that they are temporal. I see these largely being very binding good changes coming towards you with this Devil card right here at the end. And Judith thinks that they're very solid and binding as well. They're gonna like what this new journey. I believe it's your move. I do believe she's talking about your move. It's not something, because look, we have the Chariot right here, like moving forward, finding that victory that you're looking for. And the Chariot is almost always significant of an actual like move, like a forward movement. And it's not going to be, it's not just going to be a lighthearted visit and then, bam, you guys are back again. No, you guys are going to establish a new domicile, a new happy, harmonious home, hopefully in Florida. I think you might have mentioned another state as well. But in short, Judith is in full support of your move. She fully acknowledges the difficulties that it does present, but she also fully acknowledges that you got this, girl. You always have. There may be a little bit of lack of motivation, just like right now, but it is temporary with this Temperance reverse card. It is temporal. It is not permanent, and it will be coming to an end soon. Okay. And she loves you very much, by the way. She really does. It's she only passed back in December. That's not a very long time, and she just wanted to add that. But she's been watching you like a hawk, which is to no surprise to me. She's been watching you very, very, very heavily, and is shares your frustrations when they're there. Shares a lot of your sentiments that are there in this journey. But ultimately supports the decision that you've made in this move that you're taking in this new journey. Okay. Oh, yeah, she loves you. Yes. Oh, yeah. No, much love between the two of you. That's so sweet. Yeah. No, she's watching you like a hawk, girl. She is watching you like a hawk, and it's really good stuff. And I have every reason to believe that she is, if she's able to communicate with me this early on, because she didn't pass that long ago, it was only December, then I'm sure, yeah, she's nodding to me. She definitely has powers to manipulate certain things on the other side. She's gotten to that level of heaven. And do trust and believe. Yeah, she watches over you and your family, and just wants to facilitate this in the smoothest way for you. Well, thank you so very much, Debbie. I really appreciate you, love, and I hope I brought you some clarity there, and with your reconnection with Judith. And it's always an honor for me to be able to do that. I don't take that for granted at all. Deb, did you say? Oh, thank you so much, Deb. I just saw that you made a donation. Thank you so much. As per, was this an exit point, or Dad came? What do you mean? Is this an exit point, or Dad came? I don't quite understand the question. Hi, Gabrielle. Please go ahead and post your question. Thank you. Was this an exit point, or Dad came? Okay, I can ask her. I don't know what the question means, but was this an exit point, or Dad came? I'm getting that did Dad come to get her, or was this an exit point? I'm getting that Dad came to get her. Was that her husband? Because that's the message I'm getting is, yeah, it wasn't an exit point. Dad did come to get her. Now that's interesting. I've never heard of that happening before. What is the current energy with Johnny? Let's see. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what is the current energy with Johnny and Gabrielle? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what is the current energy with Johnny towards Gabrielle? And there's angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what is Johnny's current energy towards Gabrielle? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what is Johnny's current energy towards Gabrielle? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what is Johnny's current energy towards Gabrielle? Messengers and spirit guides, what is Johnny's current energy towards Gabrielle? Messengers and spirit guides, what is Johnny's current energy towards Gabrielle? Messengers and spirit guides, what is Johnny's current energies towards Gabrielle? Messengers and spirit guides, what are Johnny's current energies towards Gabrielle? Messengers and spirit guides, sorry. What are Johnny's current energies towards Gabrielle? The Hermit, Eight of Cups reversed, the Devil, the Hangman reversed, and King of Cups reversed. Okay. Yeah, Eight of Cups reversed. I don't know if I should start there. I know that you said he was having issues with his girl. I felt like there was a breakup between them. I could be wrong. Or I don't know if they got back together. I don't know. It seems like they're back and forth, back and forth. But Eight of Cups reverse spoke to me loudest here in this spread. This is definitely a fear of being alone. This is a fear of walking away, but I'll tell, and it's because it's in its reverse position. The Eight of Cups in its upright position is walking away from something or someone, but knowing that it's something or someone that you probably should walk away from. If it's not serving you or you're not serving it. And that, which leads me to this Hangman reversed here. Yeah, he's definitely had some major changes in his current romantic life, with the Hangman reversed. Big changes. Like I mentioned, I believe that him and his ex have broken up. Yeah, they did break up, yeah. And that's definitely shaken him in a big way, emotionally. With this King of Cups reversed here, he's in a bad way. But he's also at the same time, like, the King of Cups reverse is also an indicator of someone who's staying in a situation for like selfish reasons. And there's also an element of manipulation with the King of Cups reversed. Yeah, someone may use you by playing on your emotions in order to achieve their own goals. There's a danger that you will become a victim of a scammer. I know he's not a scammer, Gabrielle. I know he's not a scammer. But I often wonder, like, where he lies, like, emotionally, like, you know, it sounds like his heart is really bound to this other woman. And it must be affecting, correct me if I'm wrong, maybe it's not, but I would be surprised if it wasn't affecting the energy between the two of you, Gabrielle. And then we have the Hermit here. Yeah, he's definitely, like, taking a step back and reflecting on everything that transpired recently in his romantic life, because it was a big like kick in the stomach. I'd say a kick in the somewhere else, but I'm not supposed to say things like that on my YouTube channel. I'm supposed to keep it nice and PG. But it was a real blow. It was a real blow to him. And right here we have the Devil in the center. I more so wanted to know what was going on with him overall. He's been quiet. This is what's going on with him overall. This is pervading him, Gabrielle. This is pervading him. But it leads me to this right here in the center, the devil. How he is bound, and not just bound to this connection that is no more. He's still emotionally bound to it. He has not moved on. He's in a place where he needs to move on, and he's not able to because he's in too much of an emotional upheaval. There's been a huge change in his love life, and if he's been quiet and if he's been quiet, like that's this Hermit card. That's taking a step back and withdrawing one's energies and observing something traumatic, and because this the hangman is suspension, is being in a place of suspension. He's literally been turned upside down. His world's been turned upside down, yet he still feels completely bound emotionally to the situation that even he knows is not helping him, is not doing him any favors. It's just not. Because the Eight of Cups shows an awareness of that he is aware that this connection is doing him no favors. So yeah, this is definitely pervading his energy right now, Gabrielle, and that's what I was just going to ask is like, how do you feel that energy between the two of you? Like, because it seems like when he does go, because they're up and down all the time, right? It is what it seems like. They're up and down a lot. And when things are up, it seems like you feel that energy. And then when things are down, it seems like he, even if he's not trying to involve you in that situation, he seems to inextricably do so, or inadvertently do so. Like I said, I don't know if it's intentional, but somehow you do get involved into this energy. And this is like total, like if anybody were to come to me right now and just say, hey, give me a general reading, if like a random person came to me and I pulled these cards, the first thing I would say would be, you just went through a breakup, didn't you? Like, this is breakup energy through and through. And as I know you've been through a breakup, as I'm sure most of us here in the chat have been through a breakup at some point in our lives. I mean, some are worse than others for sure, but some are really, really bad and really do put us in that King of Cups reverse state and Hangman reverse state where it's just like complete emotional upheaval. Because the King of Cups is just like 100% emotional upheaval. And it sounds like it's bleeding, that energy is consequently bleeding into not just his everyday life, but his connection with you as well. Yeah, he's pretty much a comment. He's not wanting to move overseas anymore. And at one point he was trying, so I figured something major happened with them. Yeah, something major did happen between them. They're no longer a thing. Talking of breakups, me and Sophie no longer talk. I'm sorry to hear that, Chris. Yeah, there have been a lot of makeups and breakups lately for sure. I thought you guys had broken up like a while ago, but I don't know if maybe you guys got back together and there was another breakup, but I'm very sorry to hear that, Chris. Yeah, no, something major did happen between them, Gabrielle. And it is like completely consuming him and his energy, and yeah, so he'd also made a comment about wanting to be with someone who really loved him and not using him. Yeah, and that's really sweet, but I also feel like he's not ready to give that reciprocally. At the same time, Gabrielle, he's not healed. He needs to be healed from this connection before he can move on to a connection that is going to provide him with that very genuine love and affection, because that genuine love and affection is reciprocal. It has to be balanced. It can't just be one person giving and one person receiving, and he doesn't strike me as the type who is ready at all to provide that for someone. I understand he wants it because he's hurting right now, but I also don't see him able to give that right now, which I think is problematic. You are back, Deb. Thank you very much. Please go ahead and post your question. And thank you so much, Mia, for your donation. Let me go ahead and add you. and really seeing things for what it is and what God is doing. I think, honestly, I really do trust God's plan, and I really think that that if things are meant to be, they're meant to be. Um, and if they're not, they're not, and God will facilitate that. Thank you very much for your donation, Tasha. Let me go ahead and add you. Hi, Wendy. I'm being told by stronger and psychics I will not have any love in my future, and I'm just so depressed because of it. But then again, since 2014, I was told someone was coming. So sad. I'm really sorry to hear that, Wendy. That's a lot of news there. Let's go ahead and add Miss Tasha here. Thank you again for your donation. Deb, please go ahead and post your question. Thank you. And thank you very much for your donation, Wendy. Deb, are you there? There she is. What were Ari's intentions in commenting on a pic I posted and then asked what I was up to? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What were Ari's intentions towards Deb in commenting on her pic? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What were Ari's intentions towards Deb in commenting on her pic? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What were Ari's intentions towards Deb in commenting on her pic? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What were Ari's intentions towards Deb in commenting on her pic? Certain spirit guides, what were Ari's intentions towards Deb in commenting on her picture? Certain spirit guides, what were Ari's intentions towards Deb in commenting on her picture? Certain spirit guides, what were Ari's intentions towards Deb in commenting on her picture? Certain spirit guides, what were Ari's intentions towards Deb on commenting on her picture? Certain spirit guides, what were Ari's intentions towards Deb in commenting on her picture? Certain spirit guides, what were Ari's intentions towards Deb in commenting on her picture? I want to see if he was sent to be nosy and get information. He's a Libra, okay? We have 10 of Swords, 3 of Cups reversed, the Emperor reversed, Justice, and the Hanged Man reversed. I feel like this was personal nosiness, Deb. I don't feel like he was sent by anyone with this Hangman reversed here. Now the Hangman's reversed. It was upright in your last reading. In this case, it's reversed. No, this to me is personal nosiness. And he liked your picture. Do I think that he's trying to bring you back into his life in some way? Not with this 3 of Cups reversed, not with the 10 of Swords, and not with the Emperor reversed right here in the center. This to me is like he genuinely, like with Justice, like being like Lady Justice, the judge card, he genuinely saw a photo of you, or a photo that you liked, that he liked, and like I do think he wants you to know that he is looking. It was on Snapchat, and then he texted me saying he hopes I'm still doing well. Okay, so he did try to open up communication, some type of communication. I don't think he wants, I'm getting some message of, like, not physically seeing someone with this 3 of Cups reversed. That's definitely not in the realm of, like, spending time with someone. But yeah, I do think that he wanted you to know that he liked whatever he saw, that and more importantly, he wanted you to know that he was looking. Now, I'm guessing that's because he, was generally nosy, and that happens to the best of us. he is generally nosy about what's going on in your life. He's the one that lives within a distance. Okay. Yeah, so there's not a whole lot that he can do, but he is generally interested. It doesn't come from a place of malice, girl. It doesn't come from a place of jealousy or any kind of like ill will. It really just feels like someone like, and I know I've been there. I do my very best to not digitally stalk people, but I get curious sometimes about people I used to date or people I was friends with, and sometimes I want to, let them know that I don't want to feel like I'm snooping. So I do let them know, like, hey, like, no, I'm not getting plotting at all here, girl. I'm not getting manipulation or anything. This to me feels very safe. I don't get like, and I tell you, girl, I certainly don't feel like there's anything that you need to worry about here. I think he was just genuinely interested in what you're up to, how you're doing. Yeah, I was gonna say, it doesn't feel bad. I don't get bad energy from him. It all feels very kind, actually. Just like, hope she's doing well. And I think that's what he said to you too. If that's what he said, he legit like meant it. Just hopes you're doing well. Yeah. Yeah, I would totally tell you. No, I don't get any nefarious, evil kind of plotting energy at all. It's very just like, oh, yeah, like what he said to you. He hopes you're doing well. Well, that's good in my opinion. I think that's definitely the route we would like things to go. I mean, I don't know how you feel if ideally you would rather him just like not reach out to you at all, but that is, that there's a kindness there in his interest. So well, thank you so much, Deb. I really appreciate you, love. I really do. And I hope I brought you some clarity there. All right. It had a sneaky energy to the statement at first. Oh, the way he said it to you, like, I hope you're doing well. Yeah, maybe it was a way that he behaved in the past that maybe sounded like that, or I don't know, but I don't get bad energy from it. You're very welcome, Deb. You're so welcome. Thank you, love. Mia! Mia, thank you for your donation, Mia. Please go ahead and post your question right there in the chat. Thank you. You seem by tonight, so I'm gonna... Oh, busy. Yeah, Levy, I'll catch up with you soon. Have a good night. Thank you so much. Yeah. Sunday night. Yeah, I guess things are a little busy here. Sorry, Hey, Mia. Thank you so much for your donation. Please go ahead and post your question right there in the chat. Thank you. Just wanted to know Jeremy J's true feelings for me. Okay. And he's a Virgo and you're a Libra. Okay. Let's see. Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, what are Jeremy's true feelings for Mia? Masters and Spirit Guides, what are Jeremy's true feelings for Mia? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, what are Jeremy's true feelings for Mia? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, what are Jeremy's true feelings for Mia? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, what are Jeremy's true feelings for Mia? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, what are Jeremy's true feelings for Mia? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, what are Jeremy's true feelings for Mia? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, what are Jeremy's true feelings for Mia? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, what are Jeremy's true feelings for Mia? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, what are Jeremy's true feelings for Mia? Two of Cups, Two of Wands reversed, Ten of Cups, the Moon, and Ace of Cups reversed. Gosh, this guy's like all over the place. Is this a new guy in your life, Mia? This is definitely the start of something. Even though this Ace of Cups is reversed, with this Two of Cups here, this is definitely, I feel like this is new. And if it is, okay, yeah. Now this feels new, and that also explains this Moon card here as well. He doesn't know exactly, and also this Two of Wands reversed. He's not quite sure exactly how he feels about you entirely, because he's only known you for a relatively short amount of time. But you are definitely someone who who is on his mind, who he is assessing, um, in a positive way. Lots of beautiful cups here. This Ten of Cups, Two of Cups, my goodness. Those are definitely the cups we want to see. Um, but this Two of Wands reverse, it's like he definitely is wanting to take more time to get to know you, and you to get to know him, because, love is reciprocity. It goes both ways. We want to make sure both people are equally into one another. And yeah, there's still more he really wants to get to know about you, love. That's also part of this Moon card, is discovery of the unknown. And he only knows so much about you at this time. But the desire to expand discovery is definitely there. Yeah. So I like that. I like that energy, girl. It feels really good. Especially, yeah, for a new connection. That feels really quite promising. You're very welcome. Thank you so much, Mia. All right. Tasha, thank you for your donation, Tasha. Let's see here. Is S still interested in me or losing interest? Let's see. Hi, Wendy. Thank you for your donation, love. Let me go ahead and add you here. Okay. Tasha, you there, girl? I just want to make sure you're here before we get into your reading. Okay. So you want to know if S is still interested in you. Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, is S still interested in Tasha? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, is S still romantically, physically interested in Tasha? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, is S still interested in Tasha? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, is S still interested in Tasha? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, is S still interested in Tasha? Masters, and Spirit Guides, is S still interested in Tasha? Masters, and Spirit Guides, is S still interested in Tasha? Masters, and Spirit Guides, is S still interested in Tasha? Masters, and Spirit Guides, is S still interested in Tasha? Masters, and Spirit Guides, is S still interested in Tasha? Nine of Swords reversed, Four of Pentacles reversed, King of Swords reversed, King of Cups, and Eight of Pentacles reversed. Okay. There's still a small shred of attraction there, Tasha, but I largely see that he has pulled back. And that by that small shred that I'm seeing with this King of Cups, but especially with this Four of Pentacles reversed here. Four of Pentacles upright is still holding on to something or someone. In its reversed form it is letting go. This is, I believe this Nine of Swords reversed has come up in quite a few readings for him, but I have mentioned that I think the situation kind of stresses him out, like working with someone who he has romantic or like physical romantic attraction to, and not knowing how to go forth with it, if at all, if he's able to go forth with it at all. So I do think that this is something that he's just from a logical perspective, from his point of view, I do feel like he is trying to cut this out of his life, that his attraction to you with this King of Swords reversed, and to not to like. And I've seen this before, and I see this happen more with men than with women, but like furtively, like and actively trying to not think about you in that way anymore, not put that energy in that he had put in the past, with this Eight of Pentacles reversed. And it does, I do get echoes of fears and things that held him back in the past. They're still there, they're still present, and they're still a problem. They're still preventing, in the sense that they are a blockage that is preventing him from coming towards you, and it does cause him some feelings of fear and insecurity. And I think at the end of the day, he's seeing the situation as like, well, it would just be easier to like forget about things. I feel it. Yeah, Wendy, you know, like I was gonna say, like so many people I know, I've definitely seen this, and it happens a lot more with men. I don't know if they just have an easier time to just like listen to that I guess logical, whatever they think is logical in their mind, part of their mind when it comes to romance. I think sometimes it's harder for some of us to separate that. And but furthermore, his logic I'm seeing is kind of broken. His logic is, well, it's too difficult to date at work, and if that is how he feels, that he prefers to not date within the workplace, and I get that, but I feel like there's more to it than that. I feel like he's I feel like it's I feel like I know that he has like that little crush on that other girl too, but I don't think that's going anywhere either. I think he would much rather focus on work and not allow anything, especially of a romantic or a feminine nature or a sexual nature, interfere with his current job. And I don't know how long ago he started working there, but it's definitely something that's very important to him, something that he needs to hold on to, and doesn't want the risk of something preventing him, um, from staying if he were to act inappropriately. And that's the thing, is he doesn't know the rules. He doesn't know like what the binds are actually, and he could find those out. You know, I think I've said that in the past. Like he could look up like, you know, is it okay for me to like ask like a coworker out if they're a superior? Like he could take the time and do that, but that's not part of that Eight of Pentacles reversed too. It's just like not putting in the effort. He really seems like he's in a place where he's just really not focused on love right now, and is really just trying to keep his head down and focus on work and really mitigate a lot of distractions. So it doesn't mean that there's no feelings there at all. It's quite the opposite. It means that they are there, but he is doing his best to ignore them, to not pay them the heed that he probably should be. Um, yeah, That is what I'm seeing for you, Miss Tasha. Thank you very much for your donation. I appreciate you, and this very well might be for the best. I think I think we talked about like how he strikes me as the type of guy who really needs like a super like assertive type woman, and some of us are like that, and some of us just aren't. And if he's needing that energetically, it just might not be such a good match there, God, another coworker came to me telling me he was interested, but he doesn't seem to want to act on it. Exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying is to answer your question, yeah, the interest is there. It is, but he's really, really reticent on acting on it and putting energy in on it. Um, and yeah, because I feel like he would have done so at some point now. I feel like he's really really been dragging his feet, and now it's to the point where he's dragged his feet so much that it's like almost awkward for him to even consider moving forward because he's just held himself back from his actual desires. It sounds more complicated than it is, but I think it is a complicated situation, when one is actively trying to stay away from their desires. It's definitely not the first time I've seen it. Um, but I agree with your coworker there for sure. Yeah. Well, thank you again, Tasha. I really appreciate you. And yeah, this could very well be for the best. It sounds like he may be a little bit nebbish there. Miss Wendy, thank you very much for your donation, Wendy. Wendy Knight. Sorry, we got two Wendy's on deck. So you donated $19.98 over SuperChat. And that is like a 12 card question we can do. We can either do two 6-card questions or we can do a 12 card question, Wendy. But it is your turn, Wendy Knight. Thank you so much. Wendy Knight, are you there? Wendy Knight, please come to the chat. It is your turn. Thank you. Wendy Knight, are you there? I'm gonna give it another couple minutes. There she is. Okay, great. Awesome, Wendy. And did you want... Oh, thank you, Wendy. Thank you, Freckles and Frolics, Wendy. Thank you so much. I'll have to reply to you. Wendy, were you interested in a 12-card reading, or did you want two 6-card readings? What would you like? Two? Okay, yeah, we can do that. And what's your first question? 2-6? You got it. Wendy, there might be a delay on your browser. You might want to close out the browser and just reopen it again, because there seems to be a lot of lag between me asking you questions and getting responses. I'm being told no one in my future, and it has me depressed. I'm really sorry to hear that, Wendy. What is the question that you want to ask, though, specifically regarding to that? Is that true? You want to confirm if that's true? Okay. I just personally don't like that question, because there's only so far into the future that tarot or anybody can see because of the nature of free will. And B, love is always possible. I never like to think that there's nothing possible in love, but it could just very well be the near future that we're talking about here. But let's see. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. If they're nobody in Wendy's future romantically, angels, messengers, and spirit guides, is there nobody in Wendy's future romantically? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, is there nobody in Wendy's future romantically? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, is there nobody in Wendy's future romantically? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, is there nobody romantically in Wendy's future? And spirit guides, is there nobody romantically in Wendy's future? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, is there nobody romantically in Wendy's future? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, is there nobody romantically in Wendy's future? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, is there nobody romantically in Wendy's future? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, is there nobody romantically in Wendy's future? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, is there nobody romantically in Wendy's future? Seven of Swords reversed. The Fool reversed. The Lovers reversed. Ace of Wands. Three of Swords reversed. And King of Swords reversed. Yeah, no, this is telling me exactly what I was talking about earlier. So right now, as it stands, there's two things that are going on. It's not that there's nobody at all in your life romantically. That's not true. We've got this Ace of Wands here. That's just not the case. The Ace of Wands is that there is a new beginning on the horizon. However, there's two things that we need to take into consider here. Timing. Like I said, there's only so far that anybody can look into the future because of the nature of free will. Because just of the nature of how things change and are constantly in flux every single day. Now, there's also another factor at hand that I'm seeing here with the Seven of Swords reversed and Three of Swords reversed and King of Swords reversed, is that there is a situation that I don't know if you've completely removed yourself from a particular... Are you single right now, Wendy? Or and if you are single right now, I'm getting the energy that you have not completely cut the cord with them, at least energetically. If you're not with them physically from time to time, if you still don't see them physically, I feel that there is some kind of cord that you are still bound to from someone in your past that you need to set yourself free from. This Three of Swords reverse, Seven of Swords reverse, King of Swords reverse. You got to cut that cord with your sword. Right, because at this time it is creating a blockage in this new adventure for you. We've got both the first card in the major arcana and the first card in the minor arcana are both present here, Wendy. These are new beginnings. And you know I'm not here to BS people. I'm not here to tell people what they want to hear. I'm quite the opposite. Like sometimes I'm told I'm too brutally honest, but I'm honest, but with kindness. And what I'm seeing here is, yes, there is a blockage that needs to be worked through energetically, that is preventing you from meeting this new person. But he's out there. The guy is out there. There is absolutely another person for you in love, and out there for you. I don't know if you put yourself out there, if you're actively dating, if you're on like dating sites, or if you're part of any like communities or anything like that. But that's also a big part of this too, is letting the world know that, hey, like I'm Wendy, I'm available, I'm looking for love, this is what I have to offer, and this is what I'm looking, for in a partner. Those are all really important things, but to answer your question, no, there is a guy out there for you, Wendy. That there's no be all end all of like, oh, there's just no one out there. But there very much is a blockage of some type, and I don't know if this is an actual like physical blockage, like an actual person who you're still seeing in your life, who is preventing you from expanding your horizons and from meeting that person, or if it is an emotional slash energetic cord that needs to be cut. But with all those swords, the Seven of Swords reversed, Three of Swords reversed, King of Swords reversed right there in the center, that is definitely a sign that something needs to be cut. That something needs to be cut in order to, it's like like pruning roses basically. We need to cut back the weeds, we need to cut back certain parts of our plants in order for them to, and our trees, in order for them to grow back lushly. um so that is what I'm seeing there. And Miss Wendy, what is your second question, love? And Wendy, I think you probably need to restart your browser and open up this live stream again, because I think there's a lag. There seems to be quite a time lag between when I ask a question. But I need you to go ahead and post your second question, love. Thank you. Wendy Knight, please go ahead and post your second question. Thank you. Wendy Knight, please come to the chat and post your second question, love. I'm going to give it another minute and a half, okay? Wendy Knight, please come to the chat. It is your turn, Wendy. Thank you. And if Wendy is not here in the next 50 seconds, we are going to move on to the other Wendy, Miss Freckles and Frolics. Thank you. Wendy Knight, please come to the chat. Thank you. Wendy Knight, you got another 10 seconds and we're moving on. Thank you. Okay, so we are going to move on to Miss Freckles and Frolics. Wendy, thank you very, very much for your donation, love. Please go ahead and post your question right there in the chat. Thank you. And thank you so much for your donation, Phyllis. I was just thinking about you, girl. I was just thinking about you and you going to church today. Wendy, Miss Freckles and Frolics, are you here? Did everybody leave? Is anybody here? Hello? Miss Wendy, Freckles and Frolics, please come to the chat. There she is. Okay, what is coming next towards me in love? Okay, let's see. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what is coming towards Wendy next in love? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what is coming towards Wendy next in love? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what is coming towards Wendy next in love? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what is coming towards Wendy next in love? Messengers and spirit guides, what is coming towards Wendy next in love? Messengers and spirit guides, what is coming towards Wendy next in love? Messengers and spirit guides, what is coming towards Wendy next in love? Messengers and spirit guides, what is coming towards Wendy next in love? Messengers and spirit guides, what is coming towards Wendy next in love? Messengers and spirit guides, what is coming towards Wendy next in love? All right, Wendy, you will be next after Wendy. Please stick around. And I also think that there's a delay on your browser, Wendy. So if you could click out the browser and just open up a new one, there won't be the delay, okay? Because you have 3 minutes when I call your name. Everybody has 3 minutes. Thank you. Okay, Wendy, we have Knight of Wands reversed, 5 of Swords reversed, 7 of Swords reversed, Justice reversed, and 4 of Cups. I'd say for the next month or so, I would not focus on romance and love. You know, I hate saying that. I hate having to say that, but that's literally what Spirit is saying here. To redirect your focuses. Hi, Frozen Explosion, welcome. To redirect your energies, to redirect your interests, really. To not, you know, if anything comes towards you in love, it's coming towards you. But I'm not seeing an energy of seeking. Okay, like I'm not getting a message of like, you know, tell Wendy to go out and put herself out there. Yeah, I'm definitely seeing a more of a like it's time to take a step back. There's a lot to process. You just went through a lot emotionally, and I'd love to talk about this more offline with you, and I will. But there's a lot to process. There's a lot to heal from with what you've just been through. You know, 5 of Swords is a feeling of defeat. When it's reversed, it's saying, you know, to process that, that feeling of those feelings of defeat. To really like find and sit within your truth right now, and really focus on you. because I feel that if you were to put yourself out there romantically, especially because of what you've just been through, I feel like there would be disappointments and injustices with this Justice reversed and Four of Cups upright, that you may even find yourself comparing other gentlemen to Samuel. And it's not going to take forever for you to heal from this. It's really not going to take a very long time at all. It's just really a short respite is what I'm hearing. But definitely some time to process what went on. Okay, sounds good. I'm walking away from Samuel, so I'm happy to move forward. Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Samuel really did a number there, and yeah, I think it's, it's best um, to really heal and go through, to focus on, not focus on what you went through, but to process what you went through, because none of it was just, none of it was fair, and it was disappointing. But it doesn't mean that there isn't another wonderful, or I shouldn't say another, but he isn't a wonderful guy, but it doesn't mean that there isn't a wonderful gentleman out there on the horizon for you, Miss Wendy. Yeah, Four of Cups, that is that disappointment card. And that's what we take a gamble with. We do take a gamble with sorrow and disappointment when we do, put our hearts out there. But again, this is very temporary. I'm not getting that this is, that Spirit is saying, like, stay away from love, stay away from romance. No, Spirit is not saying that at all. They're just saying at this time, it would really be in your best interest to just focus on you, at least for the next month or so, or next couple of weeks. We're not talking about a huge amount of time here, but just to really heal and process and get some closure from what just happened there. Okay. Well, thank you so much, sweet Wendy. I really appreciate you. And I really have full faith that your gentleman, your emperor, is going to be coming towards you, all in due time, Right. And I was thinking about that today, even as I was like walking, like getting groceries. And like, there's so much to be said about right place, right time, for sure. Wendy Knight, thank you very much, Wendy Knight. Please go ahead and post your question. Thank you. I keep hearing the saying, love yourself before someone else can love you, and that now that I'm older, I'm beginning to understand what, oh yeah, no, RuPaul, and that's funny, I'm using my RuPaul deck today. That's what RuPaul always says, like, if you can't love yourself, how the hell are you supposed to love anybody else? And to that, I also say, if you can't laugh at yourself, how the hell are you supposed to laugh at anybody else? You know what I mean? Like, you gotta have a good sense of humor about yourself if you're gonna have a good sense of humor about other people and other situations. Keeping my fingers crossed that he'll leave peacefully in a month. Me too, Miss Wendy. Absolutely. Wendy Knight, it is your turn. I need you to post your question. Thank you. It's really true, Frozen Explosion. I find that really true as well. Yeah, there's definitely a deficit in self-love out there, for sure. There's a lot of people who just don't feel like they're worthy of being loved. And it's like, well, if that's how you feel, then how are you supposed to be loved at all? You know? Wendy Knight, I need you to post your question. Thank you. That's perfectly fine to be a skeptic. Everybody's entitled to their belief systems and what they want to believe in. But thank you so much for the kind compliment. Thank you very much. Wendy Knight, I need you to come to the chat. You've got another minute to come to the chat, and if you are not here, we are moving on to Phyllis. Thank you, Wendy Knight. I need you to be here when I'm calling your name. Thank you, hon. Wendy Knight, please post your question. If Wendy Knight has not posted her question within the next 30 seconds, we will move on to Miss Phyllis. Phyllis, please have your actually, I think Phyllis already has her question ready. Wendy Knight, please come to the chat. Thank you. Did Aaron feel unappreciated at the station he worked at because I gave him a compliment about being the next Bryant Gumbel, and he was surprised he got a compliment like the one I gave him. Oh, interesting. I'm so glad you got to talk to him. Okay, we are going to move on to Phyllis. Phyllis, please confirm that you are here. There's 7 people in the chat. I don't know where everyone went. Phyllis, you there, girl? I just want to make sure you're here before I start your reading. Phyllis, I need you to come to the... Okay, great. Thank you so much. Okay, so you want to know... did Aaron feel unappreciated at the station he worked at? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides, did Aaron feel unappreciated at the station he worked at? Did he no longer work there? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides, did Aaron feel unappreciated at the station he worked at? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides, did Aaron feel unappreciated at the station he worked at? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides, did Aaron feel unappreciated at the station that he worked at? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides, did Aaron feel unappreciated at the station he worked at? Messengers and Spirit Guides, did Aaron feel unappreciated at the station he worked at? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides, did Aaron feel unappreciated at the station he worked at? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides, did Aaron feel unappreciated at the station he worked at? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides, did Aaron feel unappreciated at the station he worked at? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides, did Aaron feel unappreciated at the station he worked at? Yes, he doesn't work there anymore. What is his status in terms of the station and his work? Nine of Wands, 2 of Pentacles reversed, Knight of Wands reversed, 6 of Wands, and 10 of Cups. I wouldn't, at some times, and I think this probably, can be said about a lot of jobs. At some points, yeah, he did feel a little underappreciated with this Knight of Wands reverse, this 2 of Pentacles reverse. At times he felt that the work-life balance, he doesn't work there anymore. Okay. Yeah, there were times when he felt that the work, his work just really roiled and ruined his ability to maintain a healthy work-life balance. He had to neglect a lot of things in his personal life in order to do well there. It's about being overworked, feeling overlooked. But he stayed steady. His stamina is very, very strong. He's a very strong guy. With this 9 of Wands, he didn't let certain comments or certain protocols that were just outrageously unfair. He didn't let them stop him. But it was definitely a lot of work, and there were definitely a lot of times where he certainly did feel drained. But overall, when he looks back at the entirety of his career there, he does see it as a win. He does see it as a success, even though he's not there anymore. He does see it as a milestone in his career. And I think that he, I don't know if they laid him off and he got a nice pension of some type, but I do feel like he was taken care of in some way when he did leave. And there was definitely a lot of fondness amongst him and other coworkers with this 10 of Cups here. So to answer your question, yes, there definitely were times at which he felt unappreciated, at which he felt that that he wasn't being truly valued for his work. But overall, like I said, when he looks back at the whole picture, he does see it as a career milestone for him, something that he was very proud of. I felt my comment gave him an ego boost. I don't think he has anyone in his corner that supported him. That's possible. That's possible. It looks like there were some people who did support him with his 10 of Cups. I do absolutely feel there were. And I feel like there were people within his work who also definitely had his back and were in his corner. But he might not have that so much anymore. Again, I don't know how long he's been away from working at the station, but that could have been a little bit of a temporary thing. Then I showed how Al Roker won a Lifetime Achievement Award recently. Yeah. No, so he definitely sees it as like, like he's very proud of what he did. But he doesn't get a lot of those comments anymore. He doesn't get them as much as he used to, and as much as he would like to. So yeah, it definitely meant a lot to him, Phyllis, and definitely struck a chord with him for sure. Only a week now. Okay, so it's very, very recent. Okay, yeah. Well, he does have warm feelings towards the entire experience that he had there. And I don't know how long he was there for, as well. But it may also just be a time of like it's time for him to move on and maybe move to another station. I think he still wants to do what he's doing for a living. I don't think he wants to switch gears. But I think it's more a matter of switching, maybe like, or maybe like doing something more behind the scenes or something. But I still sense that he wants to continue working in the journalism sphere. Well, thank you so much, Phyllis. I appreciate you, love, and I hope I brought you some clarity there. And I'm really glad that you got the opportunity to chat with him. That's wonderful, and it's wonderful that clearly struck a really warm chord with him. Thank you for the pretty nails and rings. Starry, when you get a free moment, can you tell me what you see about my situation, please? I can tell you what I see about your situation, but you'd have to make a donation for a reading. I can't just, I don't know you, first of all, at all. You're new to the channel, and so I don't know anything about your life or anything like that, and I really can't make any assessments without the tarot. So if you're interested in a reading, all my donation information can be found at the top of the chat, but otherwise that would be the only way I'd be able to assess it. 6 years, you think? Okay. So yeah, that's quite a mainstay. That's quite a significant amount of time, and I have no doubt that he feels that there is a pride there for sure. I don't accept Zelle. No, not at this time. But I accept everything else. PayPal, Venmo, Cashapp, SuperChat. And with that, I am also going to do a last call for any and all donations tonight. And a last call for any and all Wendy nights. If Wendy, if you're still out there, we still have another reading for you. If I don't hear from you by the end of this live stream, then I will read for you next time I see you on my channel. Hopefully you will be on sooner than later. Last call for all donations. Last call. Thank you. Last call tonight for any and all donations. Last call, thank you. Last call for any and all donations and any and all Wendy Knights. Thank you. She still has a reading with us. Last call tonight for any and all donations. Thank you. Oh, and furthermore, I will likely not be on tomorrow, and I'm going out of town for about 4 days. So I will not be live streaming. I always have a deck of cards on me though, so if you do have a question, just shoot me either a message. The best way to do it is just to send me a donation. You can also shoot me a message over Instagram or email if you do have a question. I will not be online for about the next 4 days or so. I won't be on live. But again, I always have a deck of cards. Last call, everybody, for any and all donations. Last call. Thank you very, very much. Last call tonight. Last call for any and all donations. If you have a question, please let me know because I will be gone. All right, it looks like everyone is sated. Thank you all so very much, and I will see you again likely on the 4th of July. All right, goodbye everyone. Good night.